I am training to be a doctor, and one of the biggest privileges that I have is being able to go into the hospital and look after people when they're very vulnerable and at their lowest, and being able to see them come out of hospital feeling much better. However, when it comes to the design of the hospital, I feel like I can do much better. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you my plan on how I plan to build a better hospital than the ones that exist. And I'm also going to be talking to you more about my future aspirations. For background, my name is Malone, and if you're new here, I am interested in business, healthcare, and documenting my journey through my life. And this essentially is me documenting the journey to building a better hospital than the ones that exist. So let's start by defining what a hospital actually is. In the traditional sense, most of us probably think a hospital is a building where you go to when you need emergency healthcare. But to me, a hospital is a place where you should be going to improve your health. A hospital should be almost like the holy grail of health, 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 and health. And unfortunately, at the moment, I think hospitals are designed in a way that people only come there as a last resort. When they're already bleeding, when they're already down, people are coming into the hospital. And I find it honestly remarkable when I'm on placement to think most of the people that we see, honestly, probably wouldn't be in hospital if they had managed their health better outside of hospital. So let's talk about the design of the hospitals. Many hospitals that I've been to are just designed poorly. Like, it sounds crazy for me to say it, but this is what I genuinely think. Let's take something, for instance, as simple as natural light. When you're in the hospital, sometimes you go to wards and you walk through corridors which genuinely have no natural light. And I sit there and think, well, if people are in the dark, like, how do we expect them to get better? And then if we go on to things such as the doctor's office, like, it is so rare that you find a doctor's office or a staff room for the actual staff on the wards that is adequately functioning to the needs of the staff members. So a lot of the time it will be like a small box room with like 4 computers, but 10 doctors all squeezing into this room, everyone kind of shouting across the room just to be able to work together for the whole day. And in the staff room, it's very much the same. Like, it's just not great. And you sit there and think that if you could improve little things like that to improve the morale of staff, then I'm sure that this will probably improve patient outcomes just because happy people go above and beyond. And as I mentioned, hospitals should also be a place where people can actually improve their health. Like, to me, it's so crazy that something like a gym or better rehab facilities don't really exist in hospitals. And even when they do exist, these facilities often look like they were built in the 1980s, and the last time they saw a lick of paint was the day they were built. And I think if we really want to improve people's healthcare and we really want to have an impact, we have to be switching a hospital from a place of people come here as a last resort to a place of people come here to improve their health, and people can almost have this as a trusted building, a trusted institution within the societies that they live in. So, my plan to build a better hospital than the ones that exist. As I mentioned, hospital to me is a place where people come to get better health. When I'm talking about a hospital, it doesn't necessarily have to exist like the hospitals that we know of today. This can be like a small GP practice, a family practice, for instance, just still a place where people can come and improve their health. I am going to build this hospital by gaining more skills and more knowledge in the property space. One of the things I'm looking to do at the moment is complete on a deal where we will do a refurbishment of a property. This will be able to help me get the building knowledge and the building experience, which is required to build the bigger hospital at the end. But what is it worth me building a massive hospital if I can't even manage a simple 2-bedroom house when it comes to doing the renovation on it? Following on from that renovation, it will be me finding a property which needs some work, which needs a reconfiguration, finding a way that we can increase the value of this property by adding an extra bedroom, making the layout more favorable, just improving the house for the end user. I want to rinse and repeat this strategy until I'm in a place where, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know it like the back of my hand. We'll then be moving into bigger projects such as HMOs. For those of you that don't know, a HMO is a house of multiple occupancy. And this is a place where students or staff members would often share a house and live together. These, of course, are bigger projects because sometimes you'll have 6 bedrooms with 6 bathrooms, different fire regulations, and different. It's just a bigger beast that you need to be solving. And then the level above that is venturing into supported living. So for those of you that don't know, supported living is a model where people who are under the health system go and live in a house and they essentially receive their care at home. So this could be someone, for instance, with learning difficulties and they need to have carers in the house, but they are still able to do things by themselves. So it's almost like a hands-off approach, but keeping a watchful eye on people. This will allow me to be able to combine the healthcare side and the business side and the property side to be able to understand how the full wheel works. Once I understand how the full wheel works, so understanding it from a healthcare perspective, understanding it from a property perspective, and understanding it from a business perspective, then we can start to think about the bigger hospital that we want to build. When I think about this hospital, I don't actually think about it like the biggest hospitals that you know, like a Mayo Clinic, a Guy's and St. Thomas Hospital, the biggest hospital in your city. I think about it almost like a slightly bigger than normal family practice or GP practice. And this will be a practice where you come into the building and on one side you're able to see your doctor for a GP checkup, for an MOT check of your health. On the other side, you're able to see your dentist to be able to check out your teeth, understand what's going on with your mouth. At the back end of the building, we have a gym and other health and wellness facilities to help you come in and improve your health and stay on top of your health. And as well as that, around the building, we have other features and facilities which are just all centered on improving people's health. I genuinely think with this design, we can have more impact on actually improving people's healthcare than we can with the current model. Because I think the current model, what we do a lot is we just put plasters on bleeding wounds, literally. And just because we put a plaster on a bleeding wound doesn't mean that the bleeding has stopped. And I think for me, with this strategy that I'm trying to employ, it's essentially that we are stopping the bleeding at the source. And then as a result of that, we have better health outcomes. I think for me, I'm so motivated by having an impact, being able to deliver value to as many people as possible. Now, I'm in a very gifted position that I'm training to be a doctor. But one of the things I always think about is how can I take this knowledge and be able to impact more people than the individual patient that I'm going to see on a day-to-day. And I believe that by employing this strategy, we are able to impact essentially entire communities. Imagine a world where we are able to create a lot of these health practices that I'm talking about, where it's healthcare all under one roof. And when I say healthcare, with more of a focus on preventing you getting to the hospital in the first place. Now imagine if we called it something like the Mukwendi Health Group. And the Mukwendi Health Group was in every single city across the UK. This would be something that would be impacting so many people in the community at one time. So I'd be looking at it like the knowledge that I gained at medical school allowed us to be able to impact 10,000 people that live in this area. And then we open another practice and this was another 10,000 people and another 20, 30, 40, 50. And for me, honestly, that is the main goal. Can we deliver value? Can we deliver impact to as many people as possible? If you've made it this far into the video, you are now a part of this journey. So congratulations. And I will be documenting the entire journey over the next few years to building this hospital. So I hope this video sticks in your head and one day we can look back at this video, both you and I, and look at it like this was the origin. This was the seed that was planted. So when you see the Mukwendi Health Group in your city, I hope you know that this was day one.